Good morning, St. Francis, and good morning, people of God. It is Thursday, the 10th day of August, 2023, Thursday of the 18th week of the year, the 18th week in Ordinary Time. It is also the day in which we honor the memory of St. Lawrence, the feast of St. Lawrence the Deacon, Deacon of the city of Rome. Not the first deacon, that would have been a whole bunch of people who were named in Acts of the Apostles, and then Stephen is a part of that. Who was martyred in Acts of the Apostles and things like that. But Lawrence was well known and a revered deacon in the city of Rome. 200s, I think, something around that time. And his claim to fame, as I said, I think in the past, other broadcasts of this, that when asked by Roman magistrates or demanded by Roman magistrate to turn over the treasures of the church to him, the magistrate brings forth the poor, the infirm, the sick, the marginalized, and says that these are the treasures of the church. And the magistrate, I guess, furious with Lawrence's flippancy or whatever it is, or response to this, has Lawrence grilled, and that's his martyrdom. And so he becomes the patron saint of cooks and chefs and kitchen people and what have you, in that strange way that the church takes people and makes them patron saints. It's bizarre. But anyway, it's supposed to be, it was going to be sunny today, but I think it's not going to be sunny today anymore. So there's dark clouds looming. So hurry up with this. So anyway, I am on the other side of the campus today, and behind me is, if we go over here into the parking lot area, there is St. Mary's Church right behind me over here. What is this church? Well, this church was part of the compound that was Maynooth Castle, and it was the church for the castle itself, founded in the 1200s, and so parts of this church go back to the 1200s. The tower behind it is from the 1500s, but it was the parish church for the castle itself, and behind it, in the parking lot right over there to my left, no, to my right or left or whatever it is, you see a little bit of a stone wall, and that was part of the stone wall of the castle itself. It's kind of a remnant of it that used to surround this entire area. This church, it's closed at the moment, of course, but the church is Church of Ireland, so it is Anglican, as what happened in the Reformation here in Ireland and in England is that a lot of the ancient churches, the major churches, went over to Church of England because Catholicism was outlawed, and so this church becomes a part of that. The same is true, interestingly, of St. Patrick's Cathedral in Dublin itself. You know, it's a second cathedral that the bishop then founded because he didn't like the Augustinians, I guess, at Holy Trinity Cathedral, which was the first cathedral in the city of Dublin. But St. Patrick's is Church of England, or Church of Ireland. It's Anglican, and so it's not Catholic like the one in New York City. So it's always very interesting what happens with these churches and these buildings. But a lovely church building. We are going to have a service in there this evening. But for the rest of today, as it honors St. Lawrence, there are special readings for him. 2 Corinthians, all the readings basically talk about seeds dying, bearing fruit, the idea of death giving life. Again, what Lawrence is understood himself to do, or is remembered as doing. So giving life so that people could continue to move towards the faith and become part of the faith. And so the whole understanding of what we give of ourselves and how we give of ourselves shows people that this faith has authenticity. This faith is something to believe in. This faith has value and relevance, in our lives. And this is what Lawrence basically did through his own actions. And so 2 Corinthians, we've heard it before already. The statement is in there about God loving a cheerful giver, and it's Paul's financial plug to give money to help the church in Jerusalem. And so it's not just about being a cheerful giver for the sake of being a cheerful giver. It was for a purpose. But the point of this reading is that, again, giving of ourselves selflessly, again, allows others to see the value of faith, the value of believing, and to allow that faith and that believing to enrich people's lives and to cause people to find more in their lives because of what faith can offer to them. In the gospel, Jesus again talks about giving away, things so that we can earn more riches than we can imagine. One of the things that we're supposed to give away is our life, and to hate our life and things like that. And that doesn't mean to destroy ourselves, or to hurt ourselves, or to harm ourselves in any way, because that runs counter to what it is that God creates us to be and what God creates in the first place. To destroy what God creates is not what Jesus is talking about. But it is the sense in which what holds value for us? Is the passing things of this world, the passing ideas or fads of this world, or is it more powerful things like love and relationships and friendships and the bonds that we create with each other? In one way, Lawrence's life was about building these bonds and helping people to withstand all those kinds of things that may get in the way of the bonds that bring us together and that unite us. It's a wonderful responsibility that we have as believers in the world to continue to build bonds between each other, bonds that last, bonds that survive troubles and trials and tribulations, and bonds that show the wonder and glory of being part of the life of God. A blessed day, St. Francis and people of God. May the Lord give you his peace.